What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your retro review for Falcon Crest Season 3, Episode 3. So, again, it's been a minute, but we got you one. So, we open this episode where we left off with Joseph is at the hospital. Y'all remember baby Joseph got to them pills, and he swallowed them thinking it was candy, so they get to the hospital. Now, Michael, you know, Chase's cousin, who's this like renowned neurosurgeon, but he refuses to practice medicine because of something that we're going to find out later on that had happened. Well, he was there and he was able to start, you know, doing whatever the doctor needed to do to help Joseph. And of course, Dr. Landry comes in there and he all mad because he's jealous of Michael for some reason. And he was like, who gave you the authority? And he was like, listen, the baby was dying. I'm a doctor. I did what I had to do. I got it where I fit in. Okay. So then, so basically Joseph is gonna be okay. They're gonna pump his stomach, put him on an IV, keep him overnight. But of course, everybody is upset. The mama. Now why I can't think of the mama name. She done passed out, you know, and of course Lance is like, oh my goodness, you know, I gotta check on you and I gotta check on the baby, and oh my gosh, and she blaming Lance. Angela blaming her. Like, everybody blaming everybody else for this baby swallowing these daggone pills, okay? So Lance and Melissa, that's the baby mama name. Melissa, they talk, and you know, he apologizes and she apologizes, and they said they're gonna try to be a little nicer to each other because, you know, they've been at each other's throats ever since they found out that, you know, Lance mama killed Melissa daddy. I mean, kind of hard to get past that. Now, while that's going on, Julia is still in jail, and she bribes one of the guards to allow her to make a phone call. And who does she call? She calls Richard. Now, Richard is going to go visit her, and basically Richard goes to visit her in jail, and he's doing everything in his power to convince her that they need to join forces to go against Angela. He even has her feeling like he can help her get her out of jail. Now, I don't know if anything can help her get out of jail, because she didn't confess to doing what she did, and then she done killed somebody else in an open room full of 5,000 people. I don't know if you're going to get out of jail, Julia. But he has convinced Julia that maybe he can help her get out of jail. And when he helps her get out of jail, they're going to, you know, team up against Angela. Whatever, child. Whatever. So, back down to the hospital. Chase's condition is getting worse. Maggie is concerned, and Maggie wants Michael to get on the case. Well, the head of the hospital keeps trying to convince Michael, he's like, listen, you are a doctor. You're the best in your field. You wasted your talents in the lab. You know, like, you really need to come on back. Like, I got a position here for you. I really want you to join my team. If you don't join my team, join somebody's team. But you need to get on the team. He is like, nope, I can't do it. And Maggie is like, listen, you really need to stop running from your past. You need to face it head on, because you're really not doing anybody any good. You wasting your talents. And he was like, nope, I'm good. Don't worry about me. Now, we also find out in this episode that he is the executor to Jacqueline's will. And he was like, why am I the executor? I barely knew that woman. I didn't even know her like that. Yeah, she was my aunt, but how I become the executor? And the guy, her lawyer, was like, listen, I don't know, but it wasn't a mistake. I was there when she made her will. So we got to wait 30 days. And at the end of the 30 days, you know, then I'll let you know what you got to do next. So that's going to probably be some mess. Because, you know, I feel like Jacqueline left some mess behind, but we're going to get to that later, child. So, the doctor is telling Maggie, Dr. Landry, who we know is under Angela's thumb, is telling Maggie that Chase isn't getting any better. And if Chase doesn't get any better, then they're going to have to operate. And, of course, Maggie doesn't want to operate because she was like, Michael told me that that's dangerous. And he was like, listen, Michael is a great doctor, but he's a little outdated. Like, he hasn't actually been in the field for a while. He's been in a lab, you know, just like, you know, doing experiments. It's a little different than what's going on the ground. So I appreciate the fact that he's this great, you know, doctor, but he's a little outdated, and you need to listen to me. Maggie don't trust him, but she don't really want to come right out yet and say she don't trust him, but she don't trust him. Now, Cole is feeling some kind of way because he wants to help his dad, and he's stressed out. Now, you know who I ain't seen in about 2 or 3 episodes, and I don't even know why I'm bringing her name up because I know I don't even like her like that. But where the hell is Vicky? Where is Vicky? Now, I know Vicky found out that her husband was cheating on her and all that other stuff, but where is she? Because I ain't seen Vicky. But it's only episode 3, so whatever. Moving on. So, Cole is in love with Linda Child, but remember, Linda Daddy is not feeling it. Linda Daddy don't want Linda to have no parts of Cole because he sees Cole as one of the, the Falcon Crest elites that think they better than everybody else and treat everybody like, she's naive. And of course, Cole isn't that dude, but he just don't like him. It don't matter. He just don't like him. But the two of them are falling in love. Child, whatever. Now the next day, Melissa goes to the hospital to pick up Joseph. And the doctor is like, I'm so glad, everything turned out well. And then he was like, well, I knew something else was wrong with you when you passed out the other night. Now, we know that in the real world. It's so funny looking back on these soap operas and, like, looking back on them with a 2022 mindset. We know good and daggone well that a doctor wouldn't be standing in the middle of no hospital giving you news like you are pregnant. But that's what he did, child. He said, I knew it was more to it than what was going on, but you're pregnant. She was like, you say what? Melissa was like, say what now? He was like, yeah, congratulations, you're pregnant. Tell Lance I said congratulations. Well, hell, she can't tell Lance nothing because she don't know who the baby daddy is, because you remember, she's sleeping with Lance and with Richard. Now, I feel like she know who the baby daddy is, and I feel like it ain't Lance. But we'll get to that, we'll get there. Melissa, this is deja vu. Are you ever going to get pregnant and know who the daddy is? Actually, I shouldn't say that, because she knew who the daddy was of Joseph. Just nobody else outside of Falcon Crest know, but that's another child. Go back to season 1 and 2 for that story. Moving on. Maggie trying to keep things going down to the Falcon Crest, and so she's down there making calls, moving packages, and toting boxes. And Angela is like, excuse me, ma'am. Who told you was in charge? Because you're not in charge of the girls. I am in charge of the girls. Me and Chase have a partnership. You don't have nothing to do with that. If Chase is not able to fulfill his duties, then I will fulfill his duties, because the partnership is between the two of us. Now, remember, if you go back, that's what all of this is about. She's trying to keep Chase incapacitated long enough for her to go to court and try to activate the clause in their contract that says if one of the partners cannot fulfill their duties and the other partner the other partner will take over. Now, of course, I'm sure when they put that clause in there, they thought Angela would be the first person to be incapacitated, but fooled you. It's you, bruh. Now, Richard goes to visit Chase in the hospital, and he's all like, I never wanted this relationship between us to go like this. I love you, and I really wanted us to be brothers. I really wanted that to work out. And Chase is giving him the side eye like, whatever, brother. Like, whatever, bro. Like, whatever. And he's like, no, really, I really wanted this for us. And he was like, he was like, well, did you go to the funeral? Chase asked Richard. He was like, I was there. I couldn't see her body, I couldn't see them, putting her body into the ground, but I was there because, Cole was there while they was having this conversation, and Cole know Richard ass wasn't at that funeral. Now, Richard was there, but he wasn't out in the open. Remember, he was behind, up in the back. But Chase ain't really feeling it. Chase was like, listen, you was, when my mama tried to make peace with you, you wasn't really trying to make peace with her. So, like, I'm not really sure if you sincere in what you saying. Like, I don't know. I got my side eye on you, Richard, because I don't trust you. And Richard was like, well, now you have to know that I wasn't the one that was trying to kill you. And Richard was like, yeah, you wasn't the one that was trying to kill me, but I still got my eye on you because I still don't know if I trust you like that. So, Dr. Landry comes in there and he puts everybody out, and we see him putting something into Chase's IV. So he is still trying to poison Chase, child. He is still trying to poison Chase. And the next thing you know, Chase is in intensive care. And Maggie is upset because Maggie was like, ain't nobody called me to tell me nothing. Nobody said he was getting worse. Like, I just show up at the hospital and they moving my husband into intensive care, and that's not acceptable. So Maggie once again goes to Dr. Landry, goes to Michael and begging Michael, like, please, 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 please take this case. Like, I really need you to take this case. Like, I don't understand why you won't do it. Like, bruh. And he tells her, listen, I can't do it. I can't overstep, Dr. Landry. And she says, listen, can you please do me a favor? Can you just give me a second opinion? Because they talking about, operating, and I don't think that they need to operate. And Michael was like, nah, he got an infection. They don't need to be operating while he still has this raging infection. And she was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. I need you to go down to the hospital and I need you to consult. I need you to tell me what's going on. So they go down to the hospital and, he's consulting or whatever. And he's testing, doing all running the little preliminary test on Chase. And Dr. Landry little tail, I was going to call him a name, but I ain't going to say that. His little tail done went and snitched and went to the head doctor and was like, tell him to leave my patient alone. And so the head doctor was like, listen, Michael, I'm gonna need you to back up. Like, this is his, Chase is his patient, and either you coming on as his doctor, because I keep trying to get you to come and be a doctor again. So I'm giving you the open door. Like, if you really want to come in and be a doctor, bruh, come on in and be a doctor, or I'm gonna need you to back up off of this because, like, Dr. Landry, he all in his fifis about the situation. So, Michael was like, listen, I told y'all I ain't really trying to be his doctor, but I feel like y'all need to look at those x-rays again. And so the head doctor was like, well, what you gonna do? Why don't you look at the x-rays? And Maggie's like, yes, bruh, like, I need you to do this. And of course, Dr. Landry up on the sidelines looking real, real like sideways, like, this some bullshit. This some bullshit. So he agrees to look at the x-rays. So I was like, Now, Emma went to go see, she snuck in and went to go see Chase, and she told Chase, you just keep fighting. Remember when you had my back? Remember when nobody believed in me? Well, I believe in you, so I need you to keep fighting for me. You fight for me, I fight for you. We fight for each other. Okay, that's what I need you to do, bro. So Dr. Landry sees that the walls are sort of closing in on him, and he's talking to Angela, and he told Angela, listen, I'm gonna have to, I think I'm gonna be able to get him into surgery. And Angela was like, cool, because that'll keep him incapacitated long enough for me to go to court and say that he can't, do his job. And Dr. Landry was like, or worse. And Angela was like, what you mean, or worse? And he was like, or worse, like, he could die. He was like, because listen, I need to cover my own, I need to CYA at this point. You done put me in this trick bag, and I'm going to have to resolve it, and you might not like the way that I'm resolving it. And she was like, I ain't say I wanted nobody dead. And he was like, oh, well, you started it, and I got to finish it because you put me in this situation. And Angela was like, I'll resolve our little deal, but don't kill nobody. And he was like, I don't know, I might not. I might not. I don't know. So, child, that's what's going on with that. Now, let's backtrack a little bit. Angela's lawyer goes to see Chase. Emma, my bad. Let me back up a little bit more. Boop, 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 boop. Emma then slid to Richard because Emma's not slick. Emma done slid over to Richard and let Richard know that Angela done bought up all them damn grapes, and she done went behind his back. And because remember, Richard had cornered the market and had bought up all the grapes. But when they kidnapped him and they had his ass in New York, he wasn't able to meet the deadline to pay the growers. So they made the deal with Angela, and they took the L for it. And Emma let it slide because Emma not slick. She told him on purpose so he would know. So he went and to the lawyer, and he was like, why you ain't, like, first he confronted Angela. Angela was like, bro, whatever. Like, all is fair in love and grapes. You wasn't here. They didn't know they was going to get that money. Nobody could find you. They didn't know where you were. So I did what I had to do. He was like, okay, I got you. Cool. So he went to, what's his name? The lawyer. And he was Donaldson. And he was like, why didn't you tell me? Like, I'm paying you good money to double cross Angela. Why didn't you let me know that Angela done bought up all the damn grapes? Now, I'm trying to figure out why you didn't know. Because you've been back in town long enough to have known that you missed the deadline of when you were supposed to pay them people for them grapes. What made you think, like, you had the money in your account? That's like when somebody be like, oh, damn, I didn't pay my phone bill. I thought I paid my phone bill. Well, you still got the money in your account for your phone bill. Well, you spent it on something else. So, Richard, are you spending your money that you on something else? I'm just saying. But neither here nor there. Erickson, not Donaldson, Erickson. Erickson was like, I didn't know she had done that. And Richard was like, bruh, I'm paying you good money to know what the hell she's doing. He was like, well, she don't tell me everything. She don't tell Erickson everything because you know Erickson is a double agent. So at this point, she only tells Erickson what she wants Erickson to know. Okay? So neither here nor there, child. Erickson was like, well, let me try to work some things out. So he goes to Angela and he's trying to tell Angela, why are you out here doing that? Like, you're not supposed to be making these kind of deals without me. I'm supposed to be looking over all the contracts. And Angela was like, I had that covered. What I need you to do is get my court date so that I can get Falcon Crest back from Chase. That's what I need you working on. Why you over? Don't worry about what's going on with these grapes. I got that covered because AKA I know you're working with Richard. But I need you handling this. And so she was like, where's my court date? He was like, well, I've been putting pressure. Hopefully your court date is going to come soon. Okay? In the meantime, Melissa done told Cole, damn it, Lance. Child, I got to get all these names together. Melissa done told Lance that she pregnant. And of course, Lance automatically assumes the baby's his, because why would he think anything different? Even though Melissa's having this affair out loud and open in front of everybody, going to the restaurants and everything else right in front of Richard's face, but neither here nor there. So they all happy that she's going to have another baby. And he was like, oh my gosh, you should go tell my mother. And Melissa was like, bruh, did you forget that your mama killed my daddy? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I'm not going to tell her nothing. And he was like, you're right. I'm so sorry. That was insensitive of me. I'm so sorry. So she talking to Richard while they out in the open having dinner in public in front of everybody. And she's telling Richard about this whole conversation with Lance. And he was like, you need to do it. You need to go visit Julia. He was like, why? She was like, why would I go visit Julia? He was like, because right now we need to get Julia's trust. And the one thing that will get her trust faster than anything else is forgiveness. That's the one thing she wants from you, is for you to forgive her for killing her daddy. For killing your daddy. So you need to go visit her, and you need to tell her you forgive her. You ain't gotta mean it, but then she will trust you, and then it'll make it that much easier to use her as a pawn in this game that we playing, trying to take over Falcon Crest. And she was like, you smart. So what does she do? She takes her ass right on down to the jail to talk to Julia. Now, here's what I don't like about this whole Julia storyline. I didn't like it then. I was a kid then. I didn't quite understand the whole thing then, but I really don't like it now that I'm an adult and I really do understand it. I would have to do the research, which I'm not interested in doing right now, as to why they did this with the woman who played Julia. Because they totally ruined this character. They could have made Julia the murderer. I mean, they do it on soap operas all the time. They could have made Julia the murderer, and they could have, finagled. She probably would have had to stay in jail for a season, and then by the end of that season, they'd have came up with some loophole, or something would have happened, and she would have got out of jail, and then she'd have came back to Falcon Crest, and da-da-da-da-da. But for whatever reason, they decided to just totally ruin Julia's character. We'll get there later, because, child, they didn't totally, in my opinion, they totally ruined Julia's character, but we'll get there later. But in the meantime, she does tell Julia, and of course Julia is ecstatic. And Julia comes up with this whole love story about why she killed Melissa's dad. Well, we were together, but he was cheating on me, and I was going to kill myself. But then I realized, it's a better idea to kill him. And I set Cole up because everybody know that he didn't get along with Cole, and that Cole had such a hot temper. And I was just like, it still don't make no sense to me. But okay. But I mean, people have been killed for less, so I guess it's whatever. And of course, Melissa had to sit there and listen to this story and then pretend like, she really understood. She said, well, my dad told me he really did care about you. Those other women didn't mean anything. He did care about you. And she was like, he told you about me? Yeah, girl, he told me about you. So I know that my dad would, I have to forgive you because that's what my father would want. And we have to just, find a way to be strong together. So, of course, it did. It gave Julia everything she wanted. It gave her that everything she wanted, child. So then they told Angela that Melissa was pregnant. And Angela was like, that is real interesting. Well, congratulations. She don't really mean it, child, because she asked Melissa, she said, I've been meaning to talk to you about your trips to San Francisco. She said, Because I could have sworn I saw you the other day with Richard down in front of the New Globe. And he was like, nah, that wasn't me. She was like, nah, that wasn't me. She was like, okay, because, I thought so because, whoever that woman was he was with, they was kissing. And I was like, that's your warning. She's letting you know that she know. And you need to, govern yourself accordingly, okay? That's pretty much the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.